all, I'm still Ms. Lee. We're going to go ahead and try and write the equation of the hyperbola given the graph. Of course, this graph, if you're looking at it, you can't really tell where the asymptotes are, so you can't really tell where the covertices are, but they did give you a point. So we'll start by identifying whether this is vertical or horizontal, and you'll see that it's horizontal because it's opening to the sides. So horizontal means we need to write our general form in terms of the horizontal form. So that'll be x comes first. So x minus something squared over, and then it'll be a squared minus, and then y minus something squared all over the b squared, and then equals 1. Don't you forget that equals 1. Equals 1 is super important because that's what makes it an equation. Okay, so we'll start with the center. So you'll see that the center is right here. The center, and that would be 0, 0. And so we put 0, 0 in for h, k. You'll also notice that there is a vertex right here. This vertex is exactly 1 unit away from the center, and that's a horizontal distance. And so therefore, that's going to be your a. So a is 1, so this is 1 squared. We aren't given a covertex, and so we don't know what b is, and so over here this is going to be b squared. So the question is, how do you solve for b? Well, they gave you a point that you have not yet used, so we'll go ahead and use that point. So we'll go ahead and plug in the point. So plug in point. So plug in also means substitute. Point to solve for b. All right, so we'll go ahead and substitute in -3 for x. So we have -3 minus 0 squared over 1 squared minus, and then y, which is, well, that's 2. So 2 minus 0 squared over b squared equals 1. So as you know, we just need to solve for b squared, actually. You don't actually have to solve for b, because once you solve for b squared, you can substitute that in for the entirety of b squared. So we do -3 minus 0 is -3. Squared is 9. So we have 9 over 1. 9 over 1 is just 9. Minus, and then you have 2 minus 0 squared, that's 4, divided by b squared equals 1. So let's subtract that 9 from both sides. So we have -4 over b squared equals -8. That's from subtracting the 9 from both sides. Okay, so -9 minus 9. All right, we're going to multiply both sides by b squared. Okay, so we're multiplying both sides by b squared, and that's because it's in the denominator, and I want to bring it to the numerator. So we're multiplying both sides by b squared. So b squared, b squared. And so over here you have -4 equals, and then you have -8b squared. So -8 is what you want to get rid of. So we're dividing both sides by -8. -4 over -8 equals 1/2. And so b squared equals 1/2. So let's go ahead and substitute that in. Well, we can get rid of the -0. So you have x squared over 1 squared. You can probably get rid of that too, over y squared divided by 1/2, because we said b squared. That entirety of b squared is 1/2. So we put 1/2 in, and then equals 1. And then let's simplify. So the x squared over 1 is just x squared minus. And then when you divide by 1/2, so if you think about that, that's the same as y divided by 1/2. And if you remember how to divide fractions, it's the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So that's y and then times 2 over 1. Y times 2 over 1 is just 2. Well, it's actually y squared. Both of these are y squared. But anyway, it's going to be 2y squared. So minus 2y squared equals 1. And that's going to be our equation of our hyperbola. So we did it. We wrote our equation of our hyperbola. Happy day.